Oh, jeez, holy cow. Hey, did you see that Mr. Evilcheese is gonna take on The Rock? Oh my god!
Flawless victory. Fatality.
Well, that could have went better. At least he lasted longer than I thought he would. Oh, hello, my name is Fu Manchu! And while it may not look like the scenery has changed much, I'm in a totally different area, and I honestly don't know how to make this review because my whole setup's been screwed up. So, I'm gonna try, so let's get to it, shall we? Today's review will be on the TBLeague and, I guess these guys here. And this is for the Hercules, a 1/6 scale action figure, or at least the shipper box, but you know, hey, we're gonna look inside there in a minute. But yeah, I've had this sitting here for quite some time, and ooh, look at all the stuff it protects you from. It protects you in the alphabet from C to E, a little Tide Pod spinning around, looks like rain or maybe Morton salt, protects you from crying pumpkin faces, and a glass. Maybe the Holy Grail. I don't know, but it's got a crack in it. But you know what? This will protect you from it. But yeah, I've had this sitting here for quite some time. Now, I've opened it and I've looked inside of it, but for a reason, and we'll get to that in a minute. But for the time being, let's look inside of this package, shall we? So, after removing the shipper box, holy cow, check out the main box. And this is so awesome. You have the Hercules logo, 1/6 scale action figure, and the figure itself looking absolutely incredible. Now, because this is a TBLeague or Fison, you get the Arnold Schwarzenegger, or maybe The Rock, muscle body, and that is so cool indeed. Speaking of The Rock, you get this rocket base down here, complete with skulls and everything. That is so cool. Down here, you've also got the ARH, it's hard to say, Comics logo, and this looks absolutely incredible. But wait, there's more! Because down the side of one side, you have this picture here without the lion head, looking very cool indeed. Check out his armor there on his shoulder. This looks absolutely amazing. And down the other side, we have this picture here that looks like it stepped right off of the Hercules movie poster. And man, that looks so incredible. This is so awesome, and we haven't even seen the figure yet. Looking at the back of the box, you've got the Hercules logo again and another promo shot there of the figure looking so awesome. Over here you have a small blurb that says Hercules, son of Zeus and the mortal Alcmene, is one of the most famous Greek heroes of all time. Angered by Zeus's betrayal, Hera sent 2 snakes to kill Hercules in his crib while he was still an infant. But Hercules was so incredibly strong and fearless that he strangled the snakes before they could kill him. Later, Hercules was ordered by Apollo to perform 12 heroic labors that made him famous and granted him immortality among the gods of Olympus. Warning! He will choke you! But you know what? This is so awesome, and man oh man, I cannot wait to see it open. So let's look at the front of the box one more time. Like I said, I've had this figure for quite some time, and I wanted it from day one when it was announced. The problem is it sort of went through a change, because when it was first announced, his face looked a lot like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, because this is obviously based on the Hercules from the movie. Now, his outfit's not the same and stuff like that, but it came out or was announced around the same time as The Rock's movie, so I assume that it was tied a little to that, you know, because it actually looked like him in the beginning. Because if you look at this likeness here, now this looks really good, and you can see a little bit of The Rock there in the sculpt. But yeah, when it was first announced, it looked a lot more like The Rock. Looking at this early promotional photo, yeah, I think you can see that looks like The Rock. And no matter what angle you look at him at, yep, it's still The Rock. And you know what? That is awesome. And when I saw these promotional photos, man, I wanted this figure so bad. I was like, come on, please, you couldn't put it out fast enough. Because I'm a huge fan of the Hercules movie with The Rock. I love The Rock just by himself anyways. This looked amazing, and then they changed it. And it disappointed me so bad. I still wanted the figure. I mean, don't get me wrong. But it went from, I'm definitely going to buy that to, well, I guess I'll buy it if I can find it on sale. And thankfully I did. And you know what? I'm still happy with it. Because like I said, you know, if they'd have just put the figure out with that head that it comes with, I would have been happy. But nope, they showed it with this one. Now, this one, if you look at his face there, his beard's wrong from the movie and junk like that too. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but it looked more like The Rock, and it looks more like the character from the Hercules movie, and that's what I wanted. And like I said, I was just a little disappointed. But I gotta say, all that disappointment is about to go away. So I say we open up this figure and find out why, shall we? Now, the front of the box is held on with magnets, and when you pull it off, there's nothing underneath there. Yep, it's just solid black. They could have put a background or something, but they didn't. But there's the magnets there, and the box over here has the usual foam, and if we look underneath the foam, we will find a decapitated Hercules. Yep, his head's over there. And if you get this figure and you go, hey, wait a second, mine doesn't have that little cap thing on the ball joint of the neck. Yeah, well, we'll get to that later. Now, if you look down the figure here, you've got this really awesome Bison muscle body. That looks so cool indeed. Down here, you've got his hands. Now, through the camera, his hands do not match the skin tone of his body, but in person, they match perfectly. That is really, really weird, man. But you know what? No, seriously, they don't look like that in person or whatever. They match perfectly. Even these up here, those are not that color. Those are actually his chest color. So I don't get it. Down here, you've got his sword here. Now it's made of plastic. And over here, you've got his dagger, looking very cool indeed. And up here, we have the head that they changed, but we'll get more into that in a second. So let's look underneath this first layer of foam and see what else we can find. Looking underneath, we find the little thing that you can eat to get Hercules power. And it says, do not eat, because they don't want you to be strong. Down here, you get his really awesome shield with tauntaun horns. Oh, that looks so cool indeed. I love it. Yeah, maybe the little daisies on the sides. Maybe that doesn't make him look so tough. But you know what? I still like it a lot. Maybe he's a John Wick fan. You never know. Over here, you have a rock. So it did come with a rock. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this is just the second layer. There's actually a third layer. So let's keep digging. Now, like I said, I've had this figure for a while, but I have not gone this deep in a long time, and I forgot all about this stuff. This is amazing. Look at his shoulder pauldron there. That's so cool. I love that club with the teeth and stuff sticking out of it. Oh, it looks so good. That base is absolutely amazing, and it's made out of polystone, and it is super heavy, and I do not understand how they can release these figures with these super awesome bases and charge less than the average Hot Toys figure. Man, TBLeague, Bison, whatever, you're knocking it out of the park, and I absolutely love it. Over here, you get a little lion head there, but you can't really see it, but that is so cool indeed, but we'll get into that in a minute. So let's go and look at the figure, shall we? And what a figure it is. It is absolutely amazing. And you know what? He still doesn't even have a head, but we'll get into that in a minute. Now, if you've never had a TBLeague or a Bison body before, these things feel like you're grabbing someone's forearm. It feels like real skin. Now, the only thing that makes it not feel like real skin is the fact that it's cold. And if they could figure out a way to make these feel warm, oh man, it would be so creepy when you move these figures around. You'd be thinking, oh, it's a little live person. But you know what? These bodies are amazing. They got a steel frame skeleton on the inside. And yeah, this is the way to do this kind of a figure where he's running around half naked and stuff. And you can't see the joints and junk like that. I mean, the articulation is super and smooth. I mean, this is so cool indeed. This just looks incredible. And the details, just look at the details there on his gauntlet. That is so cool, or bracer, or whatever you want to call it. You got all the little details there. His skirt thing looks all dirty looking around the edges. That is so cool. If you look at the back here, he's got some tissue paper there around his butt. So I guess he walked out of the bathroom really fast and didn't know that. But that's okay. No, it's just there to protect his skin from the skirt. I'm assuming, you know, who cares? Whatever. But that's really cool. You can remove that. You got his little straps there on his back. The little laces there look so cool. I love that little blue jewel thing there on his gauntlet. That is so cool indeed. Yeah, the little buckles. Ah, that looks so good. Like I said, his fists do match the skin tone. Don't let that, you know, fool you. I don't know what it's doing on camera, but in real life, yeah, it matches perfectly. His legs are exactly like the body. The entire body is covered in this skin. This is so cool. You can see, you know, like veins underneath there. That looks absolutely incredible. Down here, you've got his sandals. That looks cool. His feet are the same thing as his hands. They match the skin tone perfectly. That just looks so amazing. But yeah, back to the no head thing. Well, let's look at the head he came with. Now, there is no denying that this is an awesome head. This is so cool indeed. Just look at the detail there. I think his eyes look a little weird looking at him this close up. He almost has like lizard eyes or something like that. But, you know, when you're looking at him with the naked eye, they look as real as can be. They're super glossy. Look at all that detail work there in his beard. I absolutely love all the different shades of color in it. He's got all the little lines on his face and stuff. This looks amazing. Now, when I first saw it, I remember thinking that his hair looked a little doll-like because it's got that glossy, kind of shiny, fake doll hair look. But looking at it here on the video, it looks fine. I mean, it can be combed, but it looks really, really good. But yeah, in person, it's more of a glossy, kind of brassy red, whereas here it looks a little bit more brown. But yeah, it still looks amazing. Now, like I said, there's no denying that this is an awesome head. But the only complaint that I would have about this head is the fact that it's not the head that they first advertised, because I wanted The Rock's likeness on this figure. Now, this is a perfect Hercules figure for anyone's collection. I mean, if you saw this figure standing on your shelf and you go, who's that? That's Hercules. Yeah, it sure is. It looks amazing. That's so cool. But if you're like me and you wanted a figure based on the character from the movie, well, yeah, this doesn't really look like him that much. Now, if you add the lion's head to his head, it does look like it could pass for The Rock from the movie. And you know what? That's enough for me. That looks amazing. But you know what? It could always be better. And boy, oh boy, could it be better, because I didn't bring you here to review this Hercules figure. No, no, no. I brought you here to review a little accessory that I have to go with the Hercules figure. So let's go check it out, shall we? You see, my good friend Mr. Evilcheese makes a lot of custom figures, and he's been making a lot of 1/6 scale custom figures, and not only that, he's been adding hair to a lot of his custom 1/6 scale figures. And I asked him, I said, if I could send you a rock head, could you add hair to it to make him look like the Hercules character from the movie? And he was like, yeah, I can give it a shot. And boy, did he. Because this is amazing. I mean, he took this head and he made it into the Rock from Hercules. And after receiving it in the mail, I was just floored. I mean, the amount of detail he added to his beard, the fact that he added his hair and it's the right color, the right length, all of it, it is just absolutely amazing. He really, really did an amazing job. And, you know, I haven't even seen this head on the body yet. And I don't have to, because the head alone is a work of art. And if I just had the head, I'd be happy. This is so amazing, and I absolutely love it. But you tell me, I think this head is absolutely amazing. And I mean, this is exactly what I wanted with this figure from the beginning. This is The Rock as Hercules. That is so cool. And just check it out. Now, whenever Mr. Evilcheese does customs, usually he cuts down parts of the scalp and stuff like that to add the hair. And I told him, I said, well, The Rock's wearing a wig in the movie. I mean, they just kind of slapped it on top of his bald head. And I said, so just, you know, just put it on his head. It's fine. Don't knock yourself out. I mean, this adding the hair looks complicated enough. And you know what? Just look at that. That is amazing. I absolutely love it. And he thickened the beard. He added the sideburns and stuff. Oh, it looks so good. And yeah. And you know what's funny is this isn't even like a licensed, you know, Rock head or Dwayne The Rock Johnson head. It's just a knockoff or whatever. And he made this thing look like Hot Toys quality, in my opinion, man. This is so good. And just, I absolutely love it. You can see the way he put all the strands of hair on there. How perfect it looks. I mean, if that's not The Rock from Hercules, then I don't know who it is. And you know what? This is just so amazing. And like I said, I've had this thing, I got it in the mail a few days ago. I would say less than a week ago. And it's been driving me nuts because I haven't had the ability to make any reviews lately. Because, like I said, I'm in a totally new location. I had Frankenstein my set back together and stuff like that. And honestly, it was driving me nuts, but I haven't even put this on the figure yet. So when you see it on the figure, I'll see it on the figure too. Now, I have put this head on the body before because I needed to know if it matched the skin tone and stuff like that. That's why that little plug is on the little ball joint on the neck or whatever. I just left that on there when I sent him the head. And yeah, so I know the head will fit on there, but I haven't seen it since he added all this. So I say we go ahead and look at that. What do you say? So, moment of truth. Check this out. That is amazing. Yeah, you know what? This just went from just a normal Hercules figure to a definitely awesome custom Hercules movie figure. This is awesome. Now, it looks a little like his skin tone's off again, but that's just like I said about the hands. It doesn't really look off in real life or whatever. It looks amazing. That hair lays perfectly. Check it out. I was so scared putting this head on because, you know, you have to kind of force it over the peg. I didn't want to use a hairdryer or anything on the head or the neck peg because of the skin of the body and the hair that he glued on. I didn't want to mess that up at all. And man, this looks so good. Just look at that. I mean, seriously, isn't that amazing? And you know what? I am 1,000,000% happy with this. That looks so cool. And you know what? He can only look cooler. Because he also has that truly awesome lion head that you could display on the figure as well. Now, you know, I hate saying this, but I like it without the lion head even better. I mean, seriously, I love seeing his hair and stuff. I do need to customize the figure a little bit so that I can have more of a screen accurate outfit. I really wish he had his cape because this little cape thing that comes with this is not very long at all. And he does have armor on his chest or whatever. So I may add that over time or whatever, but in all honesty, he kind of looks like this at the end of the movie. This is so cool indeed. But yeah, I really thought putting the lion head on there would be, you know, the done deal. But in all honesty, I like seeing his hair even better. Because that, to me, really does look like Hercules from the movie, and I absolutely love it. So, Mr. Evilcheese, I don't know what sort of voodoo you did to make this figure or this head look so good, but man, I love it, and thank you, because this is amazing. So, there's my sort of review for the TBLeague Hercules 1/6 scale figure, but more importantly, it's been for the Mr. Evilcheese custom Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Hercules head, and man, this made this figure so much better. I absolutely love the figure to begin with. I mean, I thought it was incredible. But this is what I wanted when I first saw this figure advertised. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of the Hercules movie. I just think it's so cool. Plus, I think The Rock was perfect to, you know, play that character and stuff. And honestly, this head makes this figure just look so much better. I mean, the physique fits it and everything. It just looks so good. And he did such an amazing job on this head. So I can't thank you enough, Mr. Evilcheese. Now, I can totally see, you know, this figure being for, you know, a niche crowd. I mean, someone like me who likes the Hercules movie and The Rock and stuff like that. Now, someone like my good buddy Marshall Made Collectibles, well, he has this figure too, and he says in his review that he didn't want the Rock head. He's glad they changed it. And you know what? I can totally see that too, because that other head is awesome, and you want it to look like Hercules, not a wrestler, you know, seriously. So I can totally understand that. But me, I wanted it to look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I am so happy with it. So seriously, Mr. Evilcheese, dude, this is amazing. So, until next time, tune in for more food reviews!
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Food Reviews. And I'm out.